Good morning. Some of you may know that this last week I tested positive for COVID-19. The good news is at this point I feel no symptoms. I feel perfectly fine as I have through this whole thing. At this point, I've been what they would call an asymptomatic case. I'm extremely grateful for that. I know how many in our community are struggling with it. There are so many who are in the hospitals who have it so much worse than I do. It's just been interesting to see how this virus affects so many people differently. And I'm incredibly grateful that so far I've been very blessed and been very fortunate to not have all of the symptoms of COVID-19. But as this has been going on in our community, we know that this year that COVID has caused so many things to change differently for other people, for different people. This week, Brittany and Lucy have gone to stay with family so that I could be here in quarantine at home by myself and to be able to stay apart so that we can keep everybody safe. Certainly, as we're getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving this week, we know that for many families, maybe for your family, this Thanksgiving is going to look very different than any Thanksgiving we've experienced before. I'll still be in quarantine on Thanksgiving. We won't be together with our family all together for Thanksgiving holiday and getting to eat dinner together and celebrate. It's going to look different for us. But I think it's really given us an opportunity to step back and to reflect on what this holiday and this week is really all about. And that's gratitude. I've been reminded this week of a book that we read a couple of years ago at St. Luke's. The book was called Thank You for Being Late by Thomas Friedman. You may have read the book. It's a great read. I encourage you to read it if you haven't. But the title of the book, Thank You for Being Late, comes from Thomas Friedman's experience as a journalist. He talked about the fact that he would often go to interview people. They would set up a time to meet at a coffee shop where they could get together, and he would interview them for whatever stories he was writing in the newspaper. And he said so many times that he would get there early and he'd be prepared for the interview, and whoever it was that he was interviewing would come late. They would have all these excuses of how they had been caught on the train and it had been running behind, or they were caught in traffic, or they couldn't get out the door because of the kids. And there was always some reason why they were late. And it was one day as somebody came to him and they were late for their interview that he simply turned to them as they were apologizing and they said, "Thank you for being late." The words just kind of came out of his mouth. He hadn't even thought about it. But he started reflecting back and he said, these opportunities where people were running late for the interviews, it really became an opportunity for me to have some downtime. A moment just to reflect, to think about life, about the world. He said that's time that I just often don't get. I'm always so busy running from one assignment to the next and writing one column after another that I never have that time to just sit back and reflect. So this time when people were running late, that 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, might be the only opportunity that he had to just reflect. And he found himself grateful for that moment. Gratitude isn't about everything in life going the way that we want. Gratitude isn't about everything going according to our plans. Certainly our world right now isn't going the way that we would all want. This Thanksgiving may not be the plans that you had envisioned for your Thanksgiving this year, but we can still find gratitude. We still have so much to be grateful for. I know that this week, even as I'm apart from my family and even as we're changing the way that Thanksgiving looks for us, I'm going to be giving thanks for the fact that I am still feeling well. I'm going to be giving thanks for the fact that I still have food to eat. I'll be giving thanks for the fact that I have so many friends and family of faith who have shown me love and who have called to check in on me and sent me emails and messages and notes. That outpouring of love has meant so much to me. I'm going to be giving thanks that I have a roof over my head. Does everything look exactly the way that I would want it to look right now? No. Can I still find gratitude, find things to be thankful for? Absolutely. This Thanksgiving, I hope you're able to stop and spend time reflecting on what it is that you have to be grateful for. You may not have everything that you want in life. Everything may not be going the way that you had planned. But if we stop and look around, God will give us the eyes to see all that we truly have to be grateful for. Take time today and express your gratitude. Make it a great day.